So, same as usual, we'll dismount, and then we're going to go into a shield wall. We'll get nice and compact here. We'll have to manually move them around. So, how many of them have javelins? Oh boy, actually, decent amount of them. Oh, dude, they're killing a lot of our guys. Stuck. Nice. Alright, one down. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I thought we would do better than this, actually. Alright, one thing at a time. We gotta deal with these infantry. Go. Alright, I think we can survive this. And then we can just focus on the cav. We should be alright. If we don't get destroyed by the cav. Can you help me out? Oh, dude, he got dumped on as well. Nice, good hit, good hit. Alright. Oh crap, it's just us. God. We're gonna go for javelins. Is there a horse we can hide behind? Not really. We need to pick up another shield as well. So this one's not going to last. I'm going to try to hit these guys with javelins. Oh, good. Good hit. Alright, we need to get it off to the side. Alright, we should be able to get another one off here. Oh, that was so risky. Alright, we're going to move towards this guy. There we go. There we go. We're doing it. Still very, very, very challenging, but might be able to do it. Oh, dude, we're getting hit every time they pass. We might end up getting killed by the horse ramming into us, which would be kind of funny. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go for it. Oh, yeah, the horse got us again, but this guy, that makes it easy. Oh, I missed and he missed. Holy crap, that was very bad. Alright, we need to back up and get more ammo. There's a horse down. We can duel this guy. There we go, got him. Alright, we probably need another shield. As long as we don't get hit, we're good. Now I think we can probably switch to the spear. Although we might have a better chance if we use a javelin again. Because that seemed to work out pretty well. It's just really risky. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Every time he passes by, we'll try and hit his horse, rear him up, and then we'll hit him while he's vulnerable. Oh, there's the horse down. Let's use our javelin. Can we hit him in the legs? Got him. Wow, that was very close. We probably should have lost that, actually. That was kind of a big risk. God damn it, man. Somebody died. Michael Jarlson. Oh, no, man. That sucks, dude. Alright, these guys got literally no kills. We got Thorgal with a kill. Nobody else did anything. Oh, man, that sucks. We're trying to build up our forces, but it's going to be hard when they keep dying like this. So, okay, we got to strip him. Backheader Jackson. We'll take all his stuff off. And what kind of gear do we have? Very underwhelming gear, unfortunately. Yeah, I thought because this would be a good battle that we would actually get some decent stuff, but that's not the case. A lot of food, but not much else. We'll have a slightly better shield for some people. Only one shield, dude. What the hell? And I think most of the weapons we have are decent, so I don't think we can really replace too many of them. You know, let's get rid of the mace. We'll go with the sword. But yeah, this stuff is junk. That was not a good fight. Not worth it, I don't think. Take everything except for maybe the grain. That's going to really slow us down. Did we? Yes, we have way too many sumpters. Let's try not to be really, really slow if we can. How much money do they have on him? Oh, and I forgot to strip him. Alright, if we do show them a few tricks from your roguery's repertoire, we can use this to get deceitful, generous, and calculating. We'll earn 200 gold and plus 100 roguery. If we do these other ones, we only get the other ones. So we'll take all of them. We'll get a little bit of money and some roguery. Coin clipping. Shortly after the loot is distributed, you come across several of your men rubbing the edges of the coins that you paid them against a rock. They're shaving off bits of the silver to melt it down in hopes that no one will notice. Yep, that's kind of cool. So there we go. We're deceitful, but everybody should know that by now. Can we catch this guy, please? All right, we need to try and catch another trading caravan. Hopefully they come along the road here. Right, there's a caravan. Sell all the stuff that we had. It's really not that much. I thought we would be making more than that. We're still overburdened. I mean, 1470 is not that bad, I guess. But not worth the life of Michael Jackson. Definitely not. So we went to... did we even go to Kasira? Or Aoki's? I don't think we did, actually. That's okay. We want to go straight to Kuyaz anyways. I think that's the goal. We'll just get there. Hopefully we can recruit more than one. Because we got to replace this loss. Salone. There, yeah, this bridge is going to be hard to cross. Try it again. Go. Okay, we'll come back when we get up there. All right, we made it to Kuyaz. We got to establish our contact again like usual. But we'll hopefully hire a bunch of people here. All right, right away I could see there's several people here. So we'll pick all of them up. 2, 3, at least 3. So we'll replace one of our losses at least. And then we'll pick up 2 more after that. So we picked up our replacement. We got Skaveen Warhammer, Thorvald Thorvaldsson, and Harold Hardrada. So we need a horse for you. Everybody else has it. Now we need to go back to the equipment grind. We need 3 shields, 3 spears, and we still don't have throwing weapons for everybody, so we need a bunch of those. But we're up to 15 now. Yeah, 13 down to 12, back up to 15. Hopefully nobody else dies in the near term, because we do need to keep this thing moving along. I just looked through the rest of the people on the list. It says they've never been seen before, which means they're not really in a town yet. So I don't know what that means. Like I said, I'm not sure what that mod does. It's supposed to put all the cultural people together. So all the Aserai can be found in Aserai towns, things like that. But he's going to get in the castle, huh? Yeah, it's actually a lot harder to take out peasants because they run and then they hide. They can hide in villages and castles and towns and stuff. They used to only hide when they were going back. They would hide to the town that they... Well, no, actually they wouldn't. They would pop out of the village, and then they would just run past it. So yeah, much harder to catch these guys. But yeah, we'll keep working on our roguery. So we're up to 61. I think by the time we get to 100, we'll probably be close enough to being able to get a boat, and then we can do some real damage. We're going to catch these guys. They're chasing bandits, and we were able to get up right next to them. They're faster than us because they have a lot of cav, but we have a slight advantage in power level, so I think I'm going to try to auto-resolve this and try and get rid of some of their cav, if we can. Yeah, we're getting really favorable results here. Wow. Only 2 injuries. There's literally 0 chance we can do this in person. This is such a good result. Because they have some really strong units here. The Ferris is good. The Mamluk cav, they all have throwing weapons, and we have shields that die after 1 hit. So the odds of us surviving that are pretty high, but the odds of us taking only 2 injuries, very, very, very low. We would probably go down close to the last man, I think, on that one. So we'll take it. Let's also take some high-value prisoners, the tier 4 and the tier 3. Try and make some money that way. We did get a war camel, which is kind of funny. We've got an interesting shield here. No, not for us, but yeah, we'll definitely get some shields for our companions. This is really good. So let's go down the list. I'm going to replace some of these guys' shields, and then we'll give the crappy ones to the other ones in the back. Yeah, that looks good. All right, here we go. 1 shield, 2 shield, and a pitchfork. So at least we have something against cav. And we have only one person. Harold Hardrada is still waiting for a shield and a polearm. And then a bunch of people still waiting for throwing weapons. So hopefully we can get that rectified at some point. But that was a really good fight. Very, very good fight. I think we're going to head back to the mainland. I don't really like being in this area, to be honest. All right, infantry and cavalry. That could be a good fight for us, maybe? Soldier, tribal horsemen, Mamluk regulars. So they have some decent units in there. 8 cavalry, I think we could deal with. The biggest issue is those javelins, though. So yeah, let's not take the risk, because we already lost somebody. Let's not lose somebody else. Let's go back to the mainland, and we need to start picking on these villagers a little bit more frequently, and if we can, we'll try to raid some villages. and get that leveled up even more. These ones have been untouched the entire game probably. So there's 60 militia. If we go back to the mainland where they get raided once in a while from wars, they'll probably have around 25 to 45, somewhere in that range. So a lot more reasonable than these. All right, we're already here. Let's just check out Casita. Whoa. That patrol exited right when we went in. Hopefully they leave us alone on the way out too. And looking in the tavern, there's nobody here. But we'll go to the next one. I didn't have high hopes, but figured we're already passing through. And this is a port city. So we'll be coming through here quite a bit, I think, when it comes time to turning in ships and stuff. You know, speaking of ships, they have a port over here. Oh, the thugs want to keep fighting, but we don't have a weapon, so we're not going to fight. Let's go. I'm just going to double check the port here just to make sure. But even so, we're probably able to buy a ship now, I think. If we're at like a 40% chance, we just have to make sure... Well, we'll get caught once or twice before we can buy one, but it might be worth it. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this bug. It's kind of hilarious. Also a little impressive that this isn't lagging the game out. That's a lot of people bugging out right here. But yeah, we got to find the shipwright. Shop worker. Shipwright, there he is. Greetings, this is where we lay kill. Yeah, still. You have to do it from the menu, which is... yeah, I think that's a bug or a mistake. If they programmed it that way intentionally, that's a mistake. You should be able to buy a ship here if you can sneak in successfully. But anyways, let's back out. Let's see what our chances are here of sneaking in at 40%. Yeah. Let's try it anyways. So we'll sneak in, and if we get lucky, disguised in the garments of a poor pilgrim, you fool the guards. Oh, we did get in. We got in first try. Hell yeah. So Tavern District, let's sell our prisoners. Right, we have a few here. 2 high tier, so that's 140. But more importantly, we can go to... So we still can't trade, and we can't do the arena, but we can do other stuff. Scout the keep, there's nobody there. So if we go to the port, manage fleet, we can finally buy a ship. So they've got a dhow, bunch of dhows, and then Eastern Galley. The problem with the Eastern Galley is it has very low cargo capacity. The dhow has 7,700 cargo capacity. Now it is... And it's more seaworthy, actually. So what's the difference? This one has a lot more weight, so it's not going to perform as well maneuvering on the waters. It's got similar hit points, 9,600 to 10,000, so not too bad. And we can only hold 16 on a dhow as a max. So we're right there. Crew of 6. So that means we could probably capture another ship and bring it back to sell it. Now what about these? 8 and 30. So we would need a lot more people. Obviously, this is going to have more upgrades. Oh, actually, no, it's the same amount of upgrades. Interesting. But this is more for combat. This is definitely for trading, the dhow. I don't really care how it sails as much. It is actually faster. So this is a 2.7. This is 2.8. Kind of odd. Let's see what upgrades this one has. So this has quivers +1. Quiver +1. Do they have any other dhow? No, just the ones with no upgrade. So we've got 2 to pick from if we want to get the cheapest one. Like I said, I don't really care about the quiver upgrade. We're not even using our bow yet. Chalice of the Tempest or the Mermaid. I think we'll take the Mermaid. Same thing either way. But yeah, we've got enough money for sure. 32k. This is only going to cost us 13.5. Actually, do we want to buy the Eastern Galley instead? No, yeah, see, the problem is I don't think there's really a reason to do that because the cargo capacity is so bad. When we get a better fighting ship, we'll be replacing this. When we get a better fighting ship, we may not replace the dhow. We may actually keep this just because it's such a good crew to cargo. Yeah, basically your crew per cargo capacity is very high. So this is a pretty good ship to have, even in a main fleet if you just need a little extra cargo space. So let's go ahead and buy it. This is a momentous occasion. We're officially seafaring. Let's go back in the fleet and see if we can upgrade anything here, because we want to get the sails and the oars. They don't have that. They don't have that. They do have quiver upgrades, and that's it. Yeah, that makes sense, because that's all they were offering in there. Now, do we want to rename this thing? Mermaid sounds so dumb. Where's our ship? Here we go. Can we rename? I'm pretty sure we can rename it. I just got to figure out where. I think once we get out into the water, we'll be able to do it. So let's set sail. There's nothing else we want to do here. If we want to come back, we can't go in through the port. Like, see if we try it right here. You can't. You have to land and then walk in and sneak in again. So there's a chance that we get caught and put in jail and all that stuff. So we obviously don't want that. Movement speed is decent. We're faster than these guys at least, so we should be okay. Let's see if we can rename it from here. At the Mermaid. Oh yeah, here it is right here. All right, let me think of a good name here. All right, I looked on the list of names that we had. I was thinking about just making one up, but I figured it might actually be better to pick one from the list for somebody that didn't follow the directions. You still made it in the campaign, but you're a boat, not of a combatant. So, Mr. Beatrice, I appreciate the comment and the heart. You got to put your name in the comment if you want to make it in. I mean, sometimes I'll do it, but anyway, I thought that would be a pretty good ship name, to be honest. So, you made it in. But you got 15 guys riding on you. So, here we go. We are going to start our adventures here on the open seas. The plan, I think, is to travel along and just look for easy targets and avoid getting caught by this guy. Get out of here. Now, we don't want to go too far out because we will start to take damage, and it's going to be really hard to repair damage because we can't just easily slip in and out of port. So, yeah, we'll look for maybe some easy targets like some fishing ships or maybe some bandits along the coastline that we can just pop off, hit them, and then get back to our boat quickly. You can see... yeah, there's a lot of targets we could potentially get to at some point. So we'll do some coastal raiding, I think. Yeah, piss off, man. You're not going to catch us anytime soon. Now, we got to be careful here because we're not fighting as much as we were before. So we need to find higher value targets. And I think if we can fight like a couple boats every week or two, maybe capture a fishing ship and sell it, that would really be a big help, I think. Oh, here we go. Nope, they're going to get stomped. Yep. Well, they got stomped. Now, Razi, I'm going to just take a quick look and see what our chances of sneaking in here are. 38, yeah, it's still not great. But we can take a walk around the city. It did say that there was somebody in the prisoner hold. Right? It says 1 infantry, which means there's a noble in here. So we could try to do a prison break. That's possible. What do we have? Oh, we don't have our dagger yet. Does anybody else have one? Yeah, this guy's got one. We're just going to take his. And then we at least have a backup right here. Actually, can we take his armor too? Because we don't have any armor. There we go. And yep. We don't have a legit melee weapon. We've got this dumpy little hatchet, which actually is pretty good. Is it better? No, the falchion is better. You can have at least a melee weapon back. All right, but either way, I don't think we can do the prison break anyways unless we're not at war with somebody. So we would have to, you know what I guess we could do is we could use the console commands. I really want to do some fun stuff, and I don't want to have the rules of the campaign take the fun out. So like, for example, if we could do a prison break here, that would be really good for our roguery, but it would also be really fun. It'd be good content. And if we can't do any prison breaks because we're at war with anybody, I feel like that kind of ruins it a little bit. So maybe we will try and sneak in. So we can't do it from here. If we walk around town, I still don't think we can do it. We'll go up to the jailhouse and see if we can get in. I have a feeling it won't let us get in until we actually sneak in. Like all the fun stuff is locked behind that mechanic, which I kind of get, but it's a little weird how they do that. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that you can come in, but you can't bring a weapon. Doesn't make sense that you can't own an alley if you're at war with these people. Like you should be able to sneak in. If you're a bandit, nobody should know that you're there anyways. You should be able to just get in and do your thing. But it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, dungeon, 100 meters away, we'll get there. All right, they got suspicious when we got near the door and we got caught. So it just instantly went red. So it looks like we're going to go to jail for a little bit. Now that doesn't break our party apart. It's not the same as going to prison like when you are captured after battle. This is different. So you don't actually lose anything and you don't even have to pay for food. So they feed you while you're in jail. You don't lose your crew. You don't lose your items. It's just like a temporary hold. So it's more of a nuisance than anything else. But like if you're at war, it would be pretty bad. So we're not accepting or we're not paying any ransom. We're just going to wait until we can get out so we can, yeah, they're still offering. We want to get our roguery XP for sneaking out. There we go. Break free. And that gave us a little bit of roguery. Okay, so let's get out of here. Let's go grab our boat. Where's our boat? Where's our boat? Okay, we're going to try and sneak in. Maybe it's in the port. I don't think so. Nope, we got caught again. All right, we got to wait. There it is. It says it's right there. What the hell, dude? Where's my boat? Yeah, it says it's right there. I didn't see it when we were out there. Okay, if I zoom out, it is very clearly still there. So I'm going to assume you can just click on it If I just click in this area, maybe it's just not showing on the map. Okay, it's not letting me click on it. Well, this is fun. Yeah, I can't actually find it. So if I zoom out, it is still there. Yep, still there. Maybe parking it so close to the town is not a good idea. I'm going to have to reload a new save. Here we go. So that was obviously a bug. We're not going to mess with that again. And let's go this way because I don't want to have to outrun this guy as long as we did last time. Hopefully we can... Yep, there he goes. Hopefully we can come across some fishing ships. There's one. 32. I don't want to take a bunch of damage going out to sea though, so we need to wait for one along the coast. And this one has a lot of militia, so we'll try to go to like a war zone and maybe find one that's a little bit more vulnerable. I actually would prefer to swap this out for the fishing ship. I think the fishing ship is superior to the dhow. And speaking of, mostly because of inventory space. So this thing actually has a lot of inventory space. Our horses don't overweigh it that much, so we're actually doing pretty well in terms of weight. Convoys, we're not attacking those. Yeah, we're just going to look for fishing ships. There's a fisherman. 44 though, that's a lot. Here's one coming in. Perfect. Now they don't seem too worried about us. I don't know if that's a mistake on their part or a mistake on our part. Yeah, this could be bad. We have nothing. Whatever you have, I'm taking it. Yeah, they do have stuff, so we can attack them at least. Yeah, it's giving us a basically dead even in terms of our odds here. So they have 2 fishing ships. Like I said, I would love to take the fishing ships if we can. Here we go. So if we look at our actual setup here, most of our crew is rowing, so we don't have a whole lot of people that are able to throw javelins. So what we need to do is get close, probably tie them up, and then have our crew follow us. I don't want them to go over. I'd rather just take them, let the enemy come to us. We'll be aggressive until it comes time to actually board, and then we just won't board. So we'll let them board us, hopefully. So here we go. We're going to go for the outside of this one. I don't want to get rammed, though, because, like I said, we can't really repair this thing very easily. We have to be able to get into a harbor, and that's not really that doable. So here we go. We're going to get past these guys quickly so we don't get rammed. All right, we're past them, and then we're going to sharp turn left. Go ahead and attempt to board that. Let's pull everybody off. Yeah, everybody off the oars, and then let's start. Oh, nice. We got one hook. Let's go ahead. No, what are we doing? We're getting pushed away. Oh, we have our sail down. Did I push that? I don't think I pushed that. I don't know what happened there. I know I do have a mod here that allows you to leave and have your captain take over. How do I disable them from rowing when I don't want them to do that? Because ideally, we're going to get boarded on both sides. I can't really outmaneuver them here because the wind. They have the wind at their back. So we're really fighting the wind here. You know what we'll do? I want to ram him, actually. Yeah, let's get past him. Are they in decent shape? Yeah, their ships are in half decent shape. There we go, yeah. Pull him in, and then get away from this other guy. So we are pulling him in, but I'm trying to get away from that other one. That's perfect. Yep, he's on the wrong side. Okay, here we go. Start throwing. Do we have any other hooks? Yeah, we do. Let's get this one in. Missed. All right, we can get some javelins in, though. There's a kill. There's a hit, but not a kill. Okay, I want these guys follow me, but do not go in. Do not go in. Let them come over. Do not go in, you freaking idiots. No, 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 no. Get back, get back, get back, get back. Just hit our own shield, because they don't have shields. Yeah, ideally, we would get our boys back. Get back, follow me. Let them come on so we can get our javelins off. There's a good hit. Stay back here. Don't let them surround you. Yeah, they're going out there and getting hit. They don't listen. I can't give commands. Okay, we just have to hope that we can survive. I mean, we're doing really well so far. Oh, they're getting off. Throw that. Oh, we hooked him. We hooked him at the last second. Let's get another one. Yeah, you're not going away. You are definitely not getting out. All right, let's go. Oh, I didn't mean to go off. Come on, boys, hang in there. Hang in there, please. Don't die, don't die. All right, here we go. We're up. We're taking some losses, but think we're doing pretty well overall. Oh, Jesus. I can't block too much, because we're going to get our shield destroyed if we just sit there and block, so we have to fight back. Man, what a struggle. This is crazy. Alright, we still have a pretty solid group, though. So let's just push in. There's a kill. Yeah, push in and destroy these kids. There we go. Oh, okay, yeah, we don't want to get hit with an overhead strike from a farming implement, because they will destroy. They'll crush through our shield. Alright, looks like we got it, actually. So that was tough. That was tough. We lost 6 people, which is less than I thought we would. I thought we would lose more than that. So pretty good. We killed 43 people, and who's the MVP here? It looks like Skaven Warhammer. I did see his name up there a couple times. And look at that Mariner skill going up a lot. That's going to make a huge difference for these guys. And then same thing for us. What do we get? We're up to 36 with 13 kills. So that's not bad. Not taking peasants, though. What kind of loot you got? Absolutely garbage. So we're not going to make a killing doing this. Hopefully we get the ships. No, we didn't get the ships even. Ay, ay, ay. How much money did we get from them, though? I didn't see the cash. I forgot to look. What did we do here? So I think for this one, let's take... I think loot from defeated convoys is really good. And then obviously melee weapon handling. We've already been stacking that a lot, so we'll take advantage of that. We got our first perk of tactics, which is not going to be all that impactful. I guess we'll take the captain perk more than anything else. This is going to give us morale loss when we're in wall, square, scan. Yeah, and we're going to use walls and square formation quite a bit. All right, here we go. We got to go pick a bunch of perks, so I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, got that sorted. Let's make sure we don't get captured by anybody. So pretty good fight. We didn't take any damage to the ship, which is mainly the thing that I'm worried about. So as long as we keep our ship in tip-top shape and we can afford our wages, we'll be in good shape. I mean, I know I complain about the wages and not making a whole lot of money right now, but I think it's probably okay because we have 18k saved up. So that'll help us for quite a while. This is pretty low, actually, 34 militia. We might be able to take that on. So it's 13, 14... Yeah, a lot of it's archers, which means we could probably fight this in 2 groups. The infantry first, and then we'll push the archers. But I don't really want to fight that just yet. Let's keep moving. Yeah, unfortunately, I think in the early stages especially, just the naval combat is pretty sparse. It's hard to find targets. And then when you do, the battles are not that impactful. Once you start being able to take out these convoys, it's going to make a huge difference. So I think what we'll do is we'll use our ship more for transportation than anything else right now. So let's get out of this area right here. We'll come up along maybe the Vlandian and the Empire coast. So some of these might be kind of low. Not really, actually. No, they have a lot. Jeez. So what we might end up doing is taking the river up. Let's do that and see if we can find some easy targets. And then we'll have a decent escape route as well. We've got a level here on our main. Let's put it into control. And then, like I said, we'll get these 2 leveled up at kind of similar times. We probably want to get Mariner and Shipmaster at the same time, because this one's really hard to level up as well. But yeah, we need both. Right, we made it to the mouth of the river. There's literally been nothing along that coastline. We've gone 3 or 4 days worth of wages, and we haven't had anything to replace it with. So yeah, I think we might have to stay on land until we can take on bigger targets. So I think we'll just keep the boats available. We'll land in an area. We'll start attacking everybody in the area. Get that XP up. We really do need to focus on getting... this might not be a good idea. We need to focus on getting our roguery up so that we can go into ports and stuff. But we'll just auto-resolve some of these. Sell the loot, and let's actually keep our ship a little further back, because if we get chased, we need to run to it to get out and not have to backtrack. Okay, there we go. We made a little bit of cash. So yeah, I think making money is not really that big of a deal if we have access to the land. So I'm going to park it way back here. Yep, this is a pretty good spot. There we go. We're at the mouth of that river, and then we can just go harass everybody that's in this area. I did see... Oh, here we go. Yeah, this will be good. I'd like to take out... Oh, there's another... Yeah, we'll try and pick off these villagers that are over here, and then eventually we'll take on the Sea Raiders so we can get their equipment. This guy's isolated. Perfect, he's split. Let's go take him out. No losses with an auto-resolve. I don't think we'll take any prisoners, Sea Raider warriors, any of that stuff, for now anyways. Yep, this is all junk. We'll just have to sell it. And then same thing here. Let's take out the looters, and we'll make room for these peasants to come by. There we go. And let's go sell some stuff so we're not overburdened, and then we'll set up a trap for the peasants. That looks good. We're up to 19. Oh, they got by.